Okay. So we are starting our next topic. It is tuple. Tuple means a set of values within round bracket. Okay. Then okay, these are the different tuples. That is, first one, it is empty tuple and tuple with one value. That is tuple with one number. That is important. So if only one value is there, then the output is displayed like 7, comma. Okay. So a tuple with one number, it is represented using 7, comma. And all the other things are, it is same as that of normal tuple elements. The only difference is with one number, tuple with one number. Okay, here we are using set of characters. Here we are using integers and float value. Here number, character, float value, all are there. Then tuples are immutable sequence. Immutable means you cannot change elements of a tuple in place. Okay. So within this tuple, I can't change the value. That is immutable. So tuples are immutable. Then how we can create tuple? Tuple creation. Here T is equal to empty bracket. It is for creating empty tuple. Here this is also used for creating empty tuple. That is T is equal to tuple empty bracket. The statement used to create empty tuple, it is T is equal to, T is the tuple name. We can give any name instead of that T, T1, T2, any name you can give. So T is equal to tuple empty bracket. Then creating single element. So making a tuple with a single element is strictly, because if you just give a single element in round bracket, Python consider it as a value only, not a tuple. Okay, so if I'm writing a statement like this, T is equal to within bracket 1 means it is just print that value. Okay, it is not for creating a tuple with the value 1. If you want to create a value with 1, then you want to write 3, comma. Okay, T is equal to 3, comma. To create a one element tuple, use 3, comma. Then the result it is 3, comma.
Ma'am.
Okay, Achyut.
Zoom 1 point.
What, Achyut?
Ma'am, can you zoom it?
Okay. 1 second. Which is the option, Achyut?
Ma'am, plus.
This one?
Yes, ma'am.
Not possible.
It's okay.
Okay, okay. This is the zoom option, but I can't. Okay. So here, for single element, one problem is there. So you just notice that single element tuple. Okay. Then creating tuple from existing sequence. I think there is no need of explaining these things. That is, creating a tuple with existing sequence means within this, along with this tuple is the tuple function is used to create a tuple. That is, small letter tuple, tuple is the function to create a tuple. Okay. Within that tuple, we can use a string. That is, here hello is a string. So I'm creating a tuple with this string. So what is the result? That is, it will just split this hello word into different characters and fill it with round bracket, that is tuple bracket. So here HELLO within round bracket. Okay. Or we can use, we can create a tuple using list. This is another sequence. Sequence means set of values. Okay. So if I'm using a string, we can use tuple within bracket within single quotes a string. So it will just split all the characters in that word into separate characters. So it is HELLO with round bracket. And we can use list also, creating tuple from a list. Here this is the list L. Within that list, I am using some characters. And using this list, I am creating a tuple. Tuple within round bracket, I am using the list name L. So after executing this statement, this WERTY is within round bracket because I am creating this, creating a tuple with this L. So instead of this list bracket, it convert it into round bracket. So it is WERTY within round bracket because we are creating a tuple. Okay. Then creating a tuple from keyboard input. That means we can directly input some values from keyboard. For that purpose also, we are using the same function tuple, and within bracket, we are giving the input function. Input function is the function to accept some values from keyboard. Okay. So T1 is equal to tuple within bracket, input and enter tuple elements. Okay. So if we enter the values like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the values will display like this. Why it is 2 within single quotes, 3 within, I am just typing one integer value, no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are the value I just inputted using keyboard. Then why the output is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Anyone?
By default, it is string.
By default, input accept the values in the form of a string. Okay, here I am using input function. Input function will accept all the values in the form of string. If I'm typing one integer value, it will accept just like a string. And if I'm typing one float value, it will accept it as a string. Okay, that's why this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is not an integer value, it is string value. So this tuple function will split this string value. This is one string value, just like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like hello. Okay, when we input these integer value through keyboard, we are using the function input. So this integer value is considered as a string value, just like hello. So it will split like this. So 2, 3, 4, 5 with separate characters. So the output it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we can use this eval also. Eval is also used for, what is the use of eval? Eval is used to accept the values into integer format. Okay. So you can use eval also. Then difference between tuple and list. Just go through that difference. Then how we can access the individual elements? Using index value. Then what is the output of that range of -5? Oh, good. Okay. It is nothing. Okay. Range of -5 is nothing. Space. Okay. That is, the range is starting from range of 2 means it is starting from 0. Range value is starting from 0 to n-1. That is 2 minus 1. So if it is -2, we can't start it from 0. Okay, it is not an error. You just type the statement in the system, then you will find the output. Okay, it is not an error statement. Empty space is the result. Okay. Then, okay.
Ma'am,
Here, okay, Achyut.
Ma'am, if there is only one element in the list, then should we add a comma after that?
Yes. Otherwise, it will just display like a normal value, not a tuple value. It is just like a normal value. If you add that, that is, if t is equal to, if I'm giving t is equal to 3, then it will display like 3. That is normal value. That is just, this statement is same as t is equal to 3. It is not a tuple value. Okay. So if you want to add single item to the tuple, use one comma also. Okay. This statement is equal to t equal to 3. This one is equal to t within bracket 3 is equal to t is equal to 3.
Ma'am,
Okay,
can
Gauri.
we use this for list also?
List it is not possible. We can use the single value, that is t is equal to or L is equal to 3, just like that. There is no need of comma. Okay, here we can add single item, or if you want to create a list with single item, simply use a 3 within square bracket. There is no need of comma. But in the case of tuple only, the case of string, there is no problem. List, there is no problem. Dictionary also. But in the case of tuple, if you want to create one tuple with single element, use comma. Okay. Then accessing element. Accessing element means using that index value, you can access the element. There are mainly two types of indexing, same as that of string and list. Forward indexing is the, backward indexing is the. So vowel of 4 means what? Srihari, Manuel, Aditya, Aryan, switch on the video. Krishna, switch on the video. Do it fast. So here, vowels within square bracket 4 means what? That is U. That is here it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So vowels of 4 means it is U. Then what about this -1? It is based on backward indexing. That is -1, -2, just like that. So vowels of -1 means it is U. Okay. So when we are accessing one element, use square bracket. Use square bracket. Okay. So when we are accessing one element using index, use square bracket. Okay, vowels of -1. Vowel is the tuple name. And I'm using square bracket. Within that square bracket, I'm using index value. You can use any index value, either positive or negative indexing. Okay. Difference between tuples and lists. Tuples are not mutable while lists are. Okay. We already discussed this point. That is, we can't change the list value, tuple value, but we can change list value. Okay. So if L is a list and T is a tuple, if I am writing a statement like L of I is equal to, that is L of 2 is equal to 10, means 10 is assigned to L of 2 position. That means we can change the value of L of 2 with new value 10. But we can't write the statement like this. That is, T is a tuple. T of 2 is equal to 10 is a wrong statement because we can't update a tuple. Okay. So tuples are not mutable, lists are. That means here, if I'm using a statement like this is valid, but here this is invalid because tuples are immutable. Then tuple traversing. The case of tuple traversing, create one tuple, then for A in T means the first value of T is assigned to A, then print T of A. T of A means P is printed. The above loop will produce result like this. That is P After that U, then R, then E. Okay. Traversing means traveling through the tuple. Okay. Then joining tuple. This is common for that list and string. That is plus operator is the joining operator. That is, if you want to add tuple 1 and tuple 2, use plus operator. Tuple 1 plus tuple 2 means 1, 3, 5 plus 6, 7, 8. So here you just note the point. If you want to add one element tuple, single element tuple, if you write this statement like this, tuple name plus within bracket I am writing 3, Python will return an error like type error. Because how we can write this single element tuple? We can write single element tuple like this, 3 comma is needed. Okay, so if you want to add a single element tuple to a tuple, use that is concatenate. I want to concatenate one tuple with another tuple. The second tuple include only one element. So if we write the statement like this, TPL plus empty within bracket 3 without comma, it is an error. But if I'm writing a statement like this, TPL plus 3 comma, it is the correct statement. And replication, it is star operator. It will just replicate. That is, if the value of TPL1 is 135 into 3 means it will repeat the same 3 times. The case of replication operator, it is either in string or in list. It needs 2 operands. The first operand is first or one of the operand. There is no order. If one of the operand is integer, and second one, we can use string or we can use list or we can use a tuple. Okay. The case of replication operator, it needs 2 operands. Among that 2 operands, the first one or one of them, it is integer. Second one, it is either list or tuple or string. The meaning is same. That is, it is for repeating the tuple or repeating the string or repeating the list. Then slicing. Slicing also same in the case of string and list. That is, start is there, stop is there, step is there. Start means start value, stop is the last value. We are excluding this stop value. Step is the incrementation value. Okay. In this example, start value is 0, stop value is 10, step value is 2. Means we are starting from 0th position. So the first value is 10. After that, incrementation value is 2. So we will increment it with 2. So after 0, 0 plus 2, 2. So the next value is 14. Then 2 plus 2 is 4. So next value is 22. Then here the stop value is 10. So we want to consider this stop value also. Stop value is here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there is only 8 elements. Stop value is 10. So the first value is 10. Second it is 14. Then 22. Then 30. 34. Okay. So if there is no stop value or if the stop value is greater than this last value, then we will include, according to the step value, we will include the last value also. Okay. That is, if the step value is 3, what will happen? What is the result? Srihari, what is the result if the step value is 3?
It will be after 3.
Then what is the result? After 10? After 10, which is the result, Srihari? Step value is 3. Then what is the result of that statement? Start value 0, stop value is 10.
It will be 3, 6, 9.
What is this, Srihari? What is the output of that statement? That is TPL. It is not TP1 within square bracket. Sorry, children. 0 colon 10 colon 3. Then what is the result of that statement after execution? That is my question, Srihari. Srihari? Manual.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the
10,
result?
20, 30.
10, 20. Okay. That is 0th position. Is the 0 index is the starting value. So it is 10. After 0, 0 plus 3. That is 3, 20. Then 3 plus 3, it is 6. So it is 30. And there is no value. Okay. After 30, that is 6 plus 3, it is 9. Last value is 8. So it will include 10, 20, and 30. Okay. And we discussed that if there is no start value, we'll consider it start value as 0. And if there is no stop value, the last n is the stop value. And if there is no step value is the default value, it is 1. Okay. It is same for all the slicing functions. Then next it is packing, unpacking. Here this is unpacking. For unpacking, first we create one tuple. It is T is equal to T is equal to 1, 2, AB. These are the contents of this tuple. What happened to your videos, children? Switch on the video. All of you switch on the video. So here, T is equal to 1, 2, AB. So 4 contents are there. Length of the above tuple is 4. That is, there are 4 elements. Now we are unpacking. For unpacking, we are using 4 another variables, that is W, X, Y, Z, for representing this 1, 2, A and B. Okay. So first I am creating a tuple. T is equal to 1, 2, AB. Then for unpacking, first you consider the number of elements in this tuple. Here 4 elements are there. Then give 4 alternative name for these values. You can give any name here. Here I am giving W, X, Y, Z. So for assigning alternate name for these 4 values, write the statement like this. W, X, Y, Z is equal to T. Or if one more value is there, C is also there, then here also you want to add one more value. Okay. So first create a tuple, and after creating the tuple, you just consider the length of that tuple. That is how many elements are there in that tuple. Here 4 elements are there. So give alternate name for that 4 elements. For that, the statement it is W, X, Y, Z is equal to T. Then after that, print W, comma. Then you want hyphen as separator. That is for unpacking, means we just distribute that elements in normal value without this tuple bracket. Okay, without the tuple bracket, we are displaying the contents. That is unpacking. Okay, so here first you want to give alternate name for the T elements, that is tuple elements. After that, print W, comma. Here you can give any value. It is just for separation. The first value, after first value, one separator. We can use star as separator, or we can use hyphen or percentage symbol, any special symbol as separator. Here we are using hyphen. So W, then hyphen, comma, X, comma, hyphen, Y, comma, hyphen, then Z. So it will display the content of W, it is 1. Content of X, it is 2. Then hyphen. Then content of Y, it is A. Content of Z, it is B. Okay, this is unpacking. First, we create one tuple, and that created tuple is unpacked. Means we just remove this tuple symbol and display that values within that tuple in normal form. There is no need of writing this one. If we are not using this hyphen, it will display this 1, 2, AB. Okay. So we need a separation between these three values. That is, 1 is one individual value, 2 is another individual value, A is another individual value, B is another individual value. Okay. So for separating that individual values only, we are using this hyphen. Otherwise, it will display like this. So it will, if the content it is T is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after unpacking, without using this special symbol, the result will display like this. 1234. It is not the correct answer, isn't it? Our answer is 1, 2, 3, 4 without this round bracket. So for separating these individual values, we are using this special symbols. Is it clear? Okay. Then len function. Next, it is built-in functions related with tuple. First one, it is len. Len is used to find the length of the string. Then max is used to find the maximum value in the tuple. Okay. Krishna, Aditya, Aryan, Adul, switch on the video. Okay. So len is used to find the length of a tuple, and max is used to find the maximum value within this list, within this tuple. Okay. So max of TPL means this max function will compare all the values within this tuple, and it will return the highest value. Here the highest value is 34. So it will return this 34. Then note this point. When we are using max and min, the data types of that tuple is in same data type. If we are using a tuple with mixed data types, it is not possible to use this max and min. Max or min to work, the elements of tuple should be of same data type. The same way min. Min is a built-in function to return the minimum value from that tuple. That is, here the result it is 10. Then what is index? Index is used to return the index of that particular item. Here we are giving the item name. Item. That is, if you want to find the index of 5, just write the 5 value here. So it will return the index of this 5, which is the index of 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Index of 5, it is 2. Okay, so the result it is 2. Then, if the given item does not exist, it raises value error. That is, if I am using a statement like index within bracket 15, here there is no value like 15. So the output it is value error. Okay. So index is a built-in function used to find the index of a particular item. Then count. Count is used to count the number of occurrences of a particular item. That is T1 dot count of 2. 2 is the value. So this count function will count the number of occurrences of this 2 in this tuple. So 1, 2, 3. 3 times 2 is in this T1. So the result of this T1 dot count of 2, it is 3. 3 occurrences are there for the item 2. Then tuple function. Empty tuple is, we already discussed this one, tuple empty bracket, and creating tuple from a string is also there, and using list. And that is, if I'm using a string, it will display that like this. We already discussed this point. And this also, if I'm using a list to create a tuple, it will remove this square bracket and fill that square bracket with, instead of square bracket, tuple bracket is there. And in the case of dictionary also, dictionary we can discuss it in the next portion. So any doubt related with this tuple? Anyone? If there is no doubt, you can move to dictionary.
No doubt.
Okay. So October 8th, one test paper is there based on this second chapter. Okay. So board number, it is 11. Time, the same time, it is evening 7 o'clock. Okay. Board number 11. So next it is dictionary. Dictionary symbol, it is flower bracket. And in that dictionary, we are using key value pairs. That is key colon value. That is the dictionary representation. Within flower bracket, first we will give key, then second we will give value. Comma, second key, second value. Comma, third key, third value, just like that. And the symbol or bracket used, it is flower bracket.
Ma'am,
Okay, Achut?
only class test of second chapter, right?
Only second chapter portions. Okay. Then accessing element, we are not including that mathematical function and random. We can include that mathematical function and random in the third chapter, that is functions chapter. It is one of the smallest chapter. So we can include that topics, and also that
Mathematical function and
mathematical function and random we can include with third chapter. So only the second chapter, no extra topics. Okay. Then how we can access elements in a list, not in a list, it is dictionary. So we are accessing element in a dictionary using key. Okay. So in the case of list, string, and tuple, we are accessing element using index. That is, we will write within square bracket, we will write 1. 1 means it is the index value, or -1, it is negative index value, just like that. Okay. But in the case of dictionary, we can access the dictionary element using key. That is, if I'm giving, okay, here I'm giving teachers within square bracket Karan, means here okay, here Karan is the key value. So I'm accessing this value sociology. If I want to access the value from this teacher's dictionary, write the key value related with that data value. Okay. If I want to access legal studies, how is the statement, Aditya? I want to access legal studies.
Teachers,
Hmm.
then in square bracket,
Hmm.
sub.
Sabha. Okay. So teachers within square bracket, within double quotes, write this key value. Key. It is Sabha. Okay. Then we will get the result legal studies. Okay. So in the case of dictionary only, the accessing of element in dictionary is based on the key. There is no index value here. Index value means it is the key value. In dictionary, we are taking this key as index. So Dimple is one index, Karen is another index, Harpreet is another index, and Sabha is the last index. Okay. So in the case of dictionary, there is no index value. Instead of index value, we are using key. This key is used as the index value. Okay. Okay, here accessing keys or values simultaneously. To see all the keys in a dictionary in one go, you may write dictionary.keys empty bracket. If you want to display one particular value, write access using first write the dictionary name within square bracket, write the key. And if you want to display all the index values, all the keys, then write keys. Keys is a built-in function to display all the keys in a dictionary. And values is a built-in function to display all the values one by one from the dictionary. So here D dot keys means it will display vowel 1, vowel 2, vowel 3, vowel 4, and vowel 5. And if I'm using D dot values, it will display all the values from the dictionary. That is A, E, I, O, U. These are the values. These are the keys. Okay. So two built-in functions for simultaneously accessing keys and values. For simultaneously accessing keys, we will use keys function. And for accessing values, we use values function. Then go through the characteristics. Read the characteristics. It is here it is key value pair. It is unordered set of elements. Dictionary is unordered set of elements. Okay. Indexed by keys. Keys must be of any non-mutable type. Then keys, it is index. So the values of keys must be unique. Repeated values can't use. We can't use repeated values in keys. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay, Gauri.
so dictionaries are mutable, but keys are not mutable.
Yes. Keys are unmutable. We can change the values, non-mutable type. Okay. The case of keys. And in the case of keys, unique values are used. Okay. That means keys are used as index value. So we will just, 1 second, children. So you just go through these topics. Last topic, that is dictionary traversing and also adding elements to dictionary. So we can discuss this topic in the next class. So if there is any doubt, so many functions are there, so we can discuss that topics in the next class. Okay. One second, I have to take that sentence.